Those of you who have seen The French Connection know that that bridge over there featured very prominently in the film. And one of the people who made it possible for it to feature prominently is a former New York City detective. Homicide, narcotics, a number of other facets of police work in New York City. He's also worked as a producer himself in films, and he's an actor in The French Connection. But he was still in the police department when we made the film back in 1970. And he also happens to be the subject of a film I made called Cruising, in which the part played by Al Pacino was based on this gentleman right here, former Detective Randy Jurgensen. How are you, pal?
How we doing, Bill?
Do you remember that bridge? And
do I ever?
how do you remember it figuring in the film?
Well, it was one of the many challenges you gave us to make happen for you in the filming of The French Connection. It was a Sunday, and you wanted to film on the bridge, and you wanted to film a traffic jam as the police were following the Frenchman. What we did was we blocked the exit from the bridge on the Manhattan side.
Mm-hmm. This side?
Yes. Therefore, tying up the traffic entirely on the Brooklyn Bridge and at least a mile back into Brooklyn.
They lost the French guys that they were trailing in the traffic jam.
Exactly.
And you sort of see them freak out a little bit.
Well, on the day, we had a helicopter come over after the bridge was all tied up. It was a police helicopter, and they wanted to know, like, virtually what the hell was going on.
Fine, this is Cloudy. Do you read me?
I remember how helpful you were throughout, and you've worked on several films with me,
yes,
and you've been enormously significant contributor to those films. But the most important thing you've ever did on a film of mine was closing that bridge right there.
I remember you saying to me at the end of the day, that was the largest or biggest erector set you ever had to work with.
Bill, come in for Christ's sakes!
What is your feeling about what was sort of true to the spirit of the film and what was more of an impression?
Well, first of all, Sonny Grosso and Eddie Egan are real. They certainly were captured by Gene Hackman and Roy Scheider. And there's so much fact in the motion picture that was captured from the real case.
What is it about the film that you think is not accurate?
Not accurate about the film? Well,
yeah.
the basis of the film is entirely accurate. Of course, in the real life, there was no car chase.
Right.
There was the following of the tailing and the everyday work.
Do you miss police work at all?
Actually, no, I don't. I don't really think that I could be very effective today as a police officer, as a New York City detective. It's just a tough job.
Why?
I had a lot more leeway. I had a tremendous amount of support in what I was doing. We always felt, especially Sonny would say this, that we were holding the line. We were just holding the line until something else would come along and we would start to win the war on drugs, which we've lost.
The French Connection is about the war on drugs.
It is.
And it goes right up to the point where the war was in fact lost.
Exactly, it does. For me, being a New York City detective and working on this film, it's been a ride, it's been a privilege, it's an honor for me to have been a part of this film.
Man. Why don't we go see if we can find Phil and talk about the chase, okay? Let's go see if we can talk a little bit about the chase scene and the fact that will never, ever be done again.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.